Update with Destiny.
Girish and Dr. Jaimini Raniga are the founders of the Savannah Institute for Health and Wellness in Cape Town. What is the secret of being together for so long and being able to work with such synergy?
I think the secret to sustaining a relationship is not just about managing your relationship with others, but more importantly, firstly, how you manage your relationship with yourself. I think every situation or event that we come across, there's a little bit of what's in it for me, kind of a self-centered approach. And then we try and get what we want out of the relationship and focus far too much on how to control the other partner, where we must really focus much more on trying to manage or effectively control ourselves. And perhaps we don't give ourselves enough attention.
I think firstly, we need to understand that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And we need to learn how to become more human and manifest spirit in your daily lives. Right? And it makes no difference what race or religion you actually belong to. And this is a universal truth. Now, to maintain a relationship, one needs to move from the individual ego state, which entails the 5 passions that we call them, which is pride, anger, greed, attachment, and lust, to a more higher spiritual value, which involve love, forgiveness, compassion, understanding, and acceptance, if you like. Right? Now, a lot of people confuse lust with love. You know, if you just limit your relationship to a physical one, then that's not really love. Lust really is the excessive indulgence in the senses, and that is, in my view, a downward and outward journey. Whereas love, unconditional love, which is a more divine love, is an inward and upward journey. What you have to bear in mind in your relationship is that there is no perfect partner out there. There is no perfect relationship. You know, life is going to throw challenges at you throughout your life. And it's how you actually handle those challenges that will determine your happiness and harmony at home. You know, if one has integrity, your intention can never be to deceive. The other point that you have to bear in mind that there has to be unity within that relationship. You know, coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. But working together is actually success.
What I'd like to do now is to ask if there are any members of the audience who would like to ask some questions. Okay, so there are 2 people. Let's start in front then.
One question I would like to know is that how do you get to spot someone that maybe you feel like this is a person for my life or something like that?
I think when you reach out into your own intuition, when you start to analyze the other person, then I think you sort of get lost and drift away. But when you intuitively connect with someone, it's like when you walk into a room or you just enjoy that space, or you said, I feel comfortable here. And I think when you meet that person, there's a level of comfort or there is some kind of attraction, and perhaps it's happening at a soul level or at a very subconscious level. And I think you've just got to follow your intuition far more than try and go in and analyze that person or try and evaluate that person in any way or form.
And if I can just explain to you, you know, what people actually do by, if I take water in my hands, for instance, right, and let's say that water symbolizes love, and if you caringly leave that hand open, that will actually stay there forever. But let's say if I try and close my fists, what's going to happen? That water is going to get out, right? So what happens when you try to possess something? And that's what happens when people meet love. They try to possess it. So what happens? Like the cracks that you see in the fist here and the water letting out, similarly, that love will retrieve from you. Because, you know, love is free, love is natural. So you need to allow your partner to become free, because that's where lies your freedom, is accepting that person the way they actually are. And that is love. That's the secret of love, is not to be possessive. And I think that is so important, because you don't own anybody.
I see everybody nodding their heads over there.
I've got a fiancée. She's pregnant. And I'm proud of her. And I love her. With my baby. I just want to get from you. I want to be honest. I love that woman. What encouragement that you can give it to me to live as you live.
Through my journey in life, a very old man, a wise old man, said to me once that if you really want to be happy in life, you presume nothing. Don't take anything for granted. And the second thing he said to me, happiness is adjusting to the circumstances and events of your life. It's how you respond to what's actually happening to you that's going to determine your peace of mind, your harmony, and whatever else is happening in your family. Because it's up to you, end of the day. You need to have that spiritual maturity, if you like. And one of the things you can actually do to gain spiritual maturity is to actually practice stillness. Because when you actually practice stillness, instead of being persistently reactive, because most of us are very reactive in life. Anybody pushes your buttons, we flare up, right? And just being still allows you and the other person just to be. And just being gives you that space in your relationship, and that's what sustains it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and I think that has been so helpful to all of us. It was wonderful having you here on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Your date with Destiny.
I have had a wonderful time these past 13 weeks. You've been a great audience, and Destiny played itself out in such a positive way for many of you. Thanks also to our viewers at home and for those comments and feedback we've been receiving. Thank you for being with us. This was your date with Destiny.